Not imagine the difficulties that this dolphin had to go through. Despite its best efforts, it couldn't return to the ocean on its own. These kind-hearted people came together to help the little dolphin find its way back home. And firefighters did their best to rescue it safely. For a firefighter, any life is important. Even if it's just a kitten with a small chance of survival.
Nice blonde.
When this bear's head got stuck in the barrel, it could only hope for some miracle. And that finally happened, that it was able to return to its family.
There we go. Heads up.
These two compassionate men endeavored to aid a wolf ensnared in a trap, despite the poor animal's fierce resistance, as it likely felt threatened. Undeterred by the danger, they bravely determined to rescue it. What a lucky dog who encountered some kind-hearted passerby. Looking for food, a python got stuck in the manhole cover. People then saved him and calmed him down.
It's really good. Go! Off you go! Do not.
This turtle had been waiting here for a long time before someone came by, allowing it to return freely to the sea. Tree trunk, a frightened orphan bear cub hid in fear. This rescue team retrieved it from the tree and provided it with a new and safe haven.
Okay.
Poor little guy.
Maybe if we cover his head, it will help calm.
Oh, poor thing, he's just stuck in the fence. And the second one took all the strength they had because it was quite tangled in the wire. It was pulling the wire plus the hoof at the same time, basically stood up for a second.
The previous night, this tall giraffe fell into a swimming pool.
1, 2, 3.
It was difficult for everyone to deal with such a large and heavy animal, but their collective effort enabled it to return to the forest.
Come on, Willie. There's a good. All right, sweetheart. All right, you did get wet. You didn't know what water was, did you?
Got closer to the dog.
His owner heartlessly abandoned him at the railway track. This is the hero who saved him.
Peruvian police officers formed a human chain to rescue a dog that found itself stranded in a canal. Scott was on his way to work when he heard cries for help in the distance. When he got closer, he realized that it was a young fawn desperately asking for help. Becoming a hero was probably not what he expected to do on a boring Monday morning. All she could far from the watering hole and wouldn't have been able to get there in time, but thanks to this brave man, her thirst was quenched. Dumping an animal in the forest that needs urgent help is an unspeakable act, but that is exactly what the owners of this poor dog did. He was dumped in the forest with a huge tumor, cold, alone, and sad, waiting for his end in agony. Thankfully, he was found by a group of wonderful animal rescuers who took the poor soul to their shelter. Unfortunately, he had to get his leg amputated, but against all odds, he survived the difficult surgery and now has a normal, happy life ahead of him.
1-month-old Joey has become an orphan. Despite the slim chance of survival, people were doing everything they could to save the poor little Joey. A faint cry led the group to discover a stranded bear. They managed to save it. After being trapped for so long, everything around it seemed so strange. The cow was swept away by floodwaters and ended up entangled in a tree. Luckily, people discovered and rescued it. The elk was trapped up to its neck in mud, unable to free itself. A power vehicle was needed to extract it from the muck. Flood forced villagers to evacuate, but they didn't abandon these poor animals.
Cows from WestGen over here, but we need to get some more help here from our province.
Hey.
The mother dog was pleading with humans to save her puppies.
Geldi. Çek. Ay. Gel kuzum gel. Çek. Birini çıkardı. İkinci de geldi. Üçüncü de geldi. Bir daha var geliyor.
The small leg of this hawk got caught in the table, leaving it in a pretty uncomfortable position. After some cries for help, the pig's owner appeared. This anaconda was fearless and determined to fight for its prey. But this brave man did not give up and successfully chased away that villain. It seems that this baby orca was trying to take humans somewhere. It turns out their mother was having trouble with her tail, and they brought them back together. The horse's tether was caught on jagged rocks, leaving it trapped without food or water for 20 days. Look at this emancipated body. We can just see how much it suffered. Wing and tongue became entangled in a fishing line, rendering it unable to swim or move.
I cut the one on the face.
The police and a kind-hearted woman rescued it.
The pelican's gonna live another day.
Come on, darling. Slippery, hey?
This girl has a kind heart.
Ah, beautiful job.
And I really admire the way her mother rewards her, unaware of the precarious situation it was in. In order to safely approach it, this utility worker used a broomstick and both parties successfully reached ground. Forest fires are always the most devastating disasters for wildlife. The rescue team was working tirelessly to save those innocent lives. I really hope they can get over this.
There it goes. You're there. Don't drop the brake. Don't drop the brake.
Make sure her neck goes off. Yeah, you want her back off?
The sticks are the only way to capture the cub without hurting it.
You need help to get down? Easy. Hey, shh. Hey, I'm trying to help you. Okay?
His sincerity touched this little bobcat.
There, buddy. Okay.
Right towards you would send most people running for their lives, but this man knew it was just Betty, a friendly alligator that was coming to ask for a little treat. Betty is one of 6 rescued alligators who enjoy a pristine cypress swamp with no public access, and the other gators are also just as friendly as her. How this could have happened, but if you have any idea, please let me know in the comments.
Good job, Go.
Of course, the important thing is that the camel was saved. A calf wandered out onto the thin ice and couldn't be saved in any usual way. So that's when the rescuers came up with a risky but brilliant idea, blowing it off to shore with a helicopter. Poor little creature is a hedgehog without needles, but thanks to its kind rescuer, who decided to do everything she could to save its life, the hedgehog grew back its needles and was released back into the wild. A severe drought in India led a dehydrated cobra to do the unthinkable, to ask humans for some water. Fox got stuck under a heavy rock. But fortunately, these workers saw his friend Matthew get hit by a car and never left his side. No one would have found the injured dog if it wasn't for his friend patiently waiting in the middle of the road for help. Once found, they quickly headed to the emergency room, and when Matthew finally left the ER, they made sure to bring a very special surprise. Seeing a helpless animal in distress is a truly heartbreaking feeling, but how you choose to act in such a terrible situation says a lot about you as a person. If you choose to do your very best to save the animal's life, you are, unfortunately, one of the kind few. In today's video, we will share with you some heartbreaking clips of animals asking us for help. Poor things cry for help. The little bear cub fell into a pitch-black basement in the middle of the night. Good thing it quickly figured out how to use the ladder and climbed out.
There you go. There you go.
Trapped and about to sink into the cement, but was saved by a hero just in time. And was separated from its mother, so these rescuers recorded the cry of the baby and played it near the tree to get the mom's attention. After waiting patiently, the mom finally came down for the baby, and their reunion will melt your heart. That right there proves that anyone who says that animals don't have feelings aren't paying enough attention, and had no other choice but to beg humans for help. Rescuers had to manually disperse huge chunks of ice, but the hard work was worth it because all 4 were eventually saved. Its paw was bound by chains, yet it was deeply afraid of humans. However, in the end, it seemed to understand the intentions of its rescuer, Sky. The creature's fear and confusion gave way to a sense of trust. After being released, you would think the cat's first thought would be to run away into the forest, but the animal was so confused by the human's act of kindness that it didn't know what to do. Eventually, the bobcat said thank you to its savior in its own way and headed back home where it belongs.
There it goes.
But this man knew exactly what to do. With the help of special tools, he quickly freed the poor creature.